everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are talking about something very important in biology, that is characteristic of living organisms. So actually what makes us alive? So let's find out. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are talking about something very important, that is the very first lesson of IGCSE Biology, that is about characteristic of living organism. Actually what makes us alive? So, say for an example, there's two things, a rock and a plant. One is living thing and other one is non-living things. What's the main difference between these two things? The main difference is living things shares an special characteristics that non-living things don't. So let's find out those things. Actually, there are 6 characteristics of living organism. Movement, respiration, sensitivity, growth, excretion and nutrition. So we'll see one by one. The first characteristic of living organism is movement. The definition of the movement is an action by an organism or part of an organism. This is the most specific part. So that causes change in position or place. So normally, all the living things can move. That's the first sign of life. Animal can move their whole bodies from place to place. That's about animals. Like think of a bird flying and fish swimming. That's about animals moving. So in case of plants, it's different. Their parts can move, like flower opening and roots grow towards the soil and their leaves turn towards the sunlight. That's about plant. So even though they stayed in one spot, parts of them are always on the move. That's about plant. So we'll move to the next characteristic. Third characteristic is sensitivity. We know all the living organisms are sensitive to their surroundings. They can detect changes and respond to them. Normally, these changes are called stimuli. Animals respond to the things like light, sound or touch. In this diagram also, mom is tickling the baby's feet. The baby is laughing. That's a good example for the animals. When talking about plants, plant also sense light, gravity and touch as well. So, we know shoots grow upward. That's because of light. We know roots go downwards. That's because of gravity. When talking about the touch, just imagine the shame plant. When you touch it, it's going to start shrink. That's because of sensitivity. So let's move to the next characteristic. The fourth characteristic is growth. The definition of the growth is the permanent increase in size and dry mass by making more cells or bigger cells. This is the most important part. So, we know the single cell organism, it has only one cell. They increase in size while multicellular ones, they have a lot of cells. So, they grow by adding more cells and becoming more complex. So, think about how tiny seeds, this diagram also shows, these tiny seeds become a tree. This is all about growth in action. So let's move to the next characteristic. The fifth characteristic is excretion. So we know all the living organisms produce waste from metabolism like carbon dioxide from respiration, these kind of things. Getting rid of these waste is compulsory because if the waste are present in our body, it's toxic for the body and also it keeps the body very unhealthy. So, in case of animals, excrete through organs like lungs, skins and kidneys by urinating, sweating and breathing out of carbon dioxide. So, in case of plant, it releases oxygen and other waste through their leaves. So, let's move to the next characteristic. The sixth one is nutrition. So, we know every living organisms need nutrients for energy growth and development. In case of plant make their own food by using light, water and carbon dioxide. We call that process photosynthesis. We call them Autotrophs. So in case of animal, they eat plant or other animals. They are heterotrophs. Autotrophs and heterotrophs together form food chain. That keep life on Earth balanced. Thank you. If you find this is helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. So see you next one.